And all right, guys, good morning. First Fire Friday of the new year 2024. It is Friday, January 12th. We are already almost halfway through the first month of 2024, if you can believe it. So kind of crazy. Picking up speed, right? If you're not already on it, you're late. You're late. So it's time to get rolling. It's time to get rolling. So Fire Fridays with Dave, where we talk about agent attraction and all of the things that help you build wealth and opportunity, and more importantly, help to pass on opportunities to other people on the EXP platform. So guys, so much good stuff going on. We have all kinds of really cool stuff to share with you. So welcome. I hope that your new year is off to an amazing start. Let me start with this, right? New year. Was it new year, new you? I got bad news for you. It's the same you as last year. All right. Maybe that's good news. So, the new year, new you. Here's the thing. It's a new year, it's a new opportunity. All right. And so this is, as we go into this new year and we're looking at what's ahead. Okay. One of the things to know is, hey, guess what? It's the same me. So if I want to have different outcomes, I have to have different what? Live question. Unmute yourself.
Different inputs.
Different inputs, good. Different inputs, which, different actions, right?
Systems.
Systems, yes. Systems, and then kind of another word, if you blend systems and actions together, those become
habits.
Kristen knows it. Laura's got it. Habits. Habits, right? We have to create new habits, and habits come out of time on task over time, right? We have to do what they say, you become what you repeatedly do. Okay, and so it is focused on what are we going to do. If you are getting great results, right, then keep doing what you're doing. Don't get complacent and pull back. You have to, this is not the time to take your foot off the gas pedal. As a matter of fact, this is time to press more firmly on the gas pedal, right? This is a year where, we should, I'm not going to give any definites, we should pull out of uncertainty. We should pull out of some of the stall and everything else. All the projections are that at some point during 2024, we're going to start to see some good forward progress in the industry and opportunity and in the markets and all of that. But what will happen is, and I always use surfing, right? What will happen is, just like in surfing, if the wave is coming, if you don't paddle to get out in front of the wave to get in the right spot, what happens? You're sitting there on your surfboard, right? And the wave comes and it's just this mound of water and it goes underneath you like that. And then it goes, and then you see the big wave out ahead of you and you missed it. Huge wave. And you watch all the other people that caught the wave ride the wave all the way in, and you're still sitting there on your board. Okay. So if the wave is coming, it means it's time to start paddling. Right? This is the time to start paddling. This is the time to start making things happen. So foot down on the gas pedal. I don't know if you like cars, you like surfing, pick your analogy, right? But no matter what, you guys heard that story, right? Every morning, the gazelle wakes up and it knows in order to survive that day, it has to run faster than the fastest lion to stay alive, right? And the lion wakes up and knows that it has to run faster than the slowest gazelle so that it can eat and it can survive. Right? So whether you're a lion or a gazelle, when you get up in the morning, you better start running. Right? That's what we got. So pick your animal, but let's start rolling. So there's lots of stuff to do. Guys, there's so much going on. There's so much opportunity right now. Whenever there's a shakeup and changes and everything else like that, it opens the door for opportunities in lots of ways. Okay. It opens a door of opportunity for you to go accomplish things, whether it's in sales, whether it's in attraction and all of those things. But one of the things that we focus on really heavily here, because we believe at EXP and in our FYR group, we believe that, we don't exist just to help ourselves get ahead, right? That we're here to also help those around us move forward and achieve success. Right. So that's a big part of what we focus on is, if we're improving ourselves, how do we turn around and pass that on to others? How do we help the next generation or the people around us and all that kind of stuff? How do we serve the greater community as we're building this? And that's a big
30 sheets.
And so this opportunity right now is to not only take advantage of what's happening for ourselves, but then to bring others with us, right? And that's part of the reason why we do this, and why we teach, and why we talk about best practices. So on these calls, if you're new to these calls, the FYR Friday calls, we talk about agent attraction, right? That's a key part of it. We have lots of other times that we talk about building your sales business and attract, getting more leads and working with buyers, working with sellers, building teams, utilizing all of the tools that the platform has or that are available to you in the industry. We've got some really cool stuff coming in our FYR group. I'm so excited that we've got a KV Core expert who is going to be offering all kinds of training and coaching on KV Core and lead generation and building and systems and everything else for your sales business. But these particular calls on Fridays, we talk about agent attraction. So I've been doing agent attraction and AKA recruiting for over 20 years in the real estate business. Here at EXP, we used agent attraction to grow from the last 5 years from 10,000 agents to 90,000 agents. Right, we started off in the U.S. and now we're out in 24 countries. We've got some people on here in different countries. So that's the opportunity to go out and build and attract. So there's some really great stuff going on. And I want to double check. I see there's an iPhone on here, but I want to make sure. Roberto, are you on here by any chance? All right, I don't think he's jumped on yet. So. All right, we'll see what's going on. He's trying to rustle a client right now, rustle a client to the ground. I get that going. So we'll see what's going on. I'll come back to that. But we have a class called Attraction. And have any of you done the attraction class before? Got a couple that have jumped into that. All right. So this is a class that I teach on agent attraction, and we're going to start that back up, and that is going to start up on January 22nd. So Monday, January 22nd. So that's coming up soon. It's in about a week and a half. So January 22nd, it's going to be from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so trying to juggle all of our time zones and everything else like that. Trying to find a time that is most likely to allow people to attend live. So hopefully that works. It's only 1 day a week for 5 sessions. Okay, so if it's not perfect for your schedule, if you can adjust your schedule for 5 Mondays, I hope that you will do it. And we're going to lean in because, guys, this is not only our group is called FYR, FYR, Fund Your Reason. Okay, in this class, we spend some time talking about mindset. We spend time talking about understanding and really nailing down and defining your reason. Because I can tell you, I have been coaching people in business in all kinds of industries for a couple of decades. Okay, and I have never seen anyone succeed at a high level who did not have their hands around a very clear definition of what their reason is, right? Simon Sinek calls it your big why, right? Find your why. Find your why. So what is your reason? Understanding that, defining it, putting that purpose out there. Because if you don't really have a good comprehension of that, and if it's not clear to you, crystal clear, if you can't see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, and all that kind of stuff like that, right? If you don't wake up every morning with that taste of it in your mouth going like, what is that thing that I'm going to do? Then when it's hard, those are the times we hit snooze, right? Because it gets hard, doesn't it? Some days it's hard. If we don't have that there, it's easy to kind of go, right? Real estate, business, all of the things that we do, money itself, those things are all just vehicles, right? We're not doing this for money. There's nothing. The only reason that money is important is because money tends to make the world go round, right? Money makes opportunity. Money allows us to do things for ourselves, for our family, for our community, for others, for our future, right? It allows us to do things. Right. And so that's the capital exchange, but it's about building the life. It's about funding that reason. That's the reason why we do all those things. So, we're in the real estate industry. This is the vehicle that we've chosen that generates the capital that allows us to live life. Right. there's 1.5 million realtors in the country, but how many people live in the United States? Anybody know? Roughly 3 billion,
I
right?
think we're at like 340 million.
Is it bigger than that?
I think it's
That's about right.
Billion in the world,
360.
but like
360 million. I think he's
360
close.
million?
340, 360. I think he's
I
close.
Google it.
331.9 million, but that was cheap.
All right, so we got 350-ish million people. Okay, there's 1.5 million that are in real estate, which means there are a whole lot of other people that are out there generating income and funding their reason, doing something different. Okay, so in our world, we go, real estate, right? It's like, it's kind of it sucks you in, right? It's like it's everything that we think about. We eat, sleep, and drink it, and all that other kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, this is the vehicle that we've chosen. This is the vehicle that we've chosen. But sometimes our vocation becomes our identity, right? And so we get so focused on that it becomes all about that, and we forget to look up. And so that's part of what we want to do, is really, hey, look up. What's the life that you want to build? Are you building that life? Right? The example that I use for a lot of people is it's oars in the boat or oars in the water. Right. And a lot of people that, you start out and you're like, you have this life that you're going to build when you're coming out of college, you're coming out of school, you're, whatever it is, transitioning careers. Right. And you go, man, this is what I'm going to go do. And we start off focused on that. And then slowly our focus gets drawn in and we become transactional. I got to focus on I got to get another listing. I got to close another deal. I got to close the deals that I have. I have to figure out this. I'm working on my team. I got to go. I have an open house I have to go to, whatever it is. And we start, our world shrinks, and we're looking at what's right in front of us instead of why we started in the first place and what we're trying to build. Did you get into real estate just so like your whole world could be real estate and you could just focus on that all day long, until you get dragged out of your last open house toes up? No. Right? We got into this because we thought this would be the way to fund. We can serve other people, we can serve our community, and we can fund a greater life. Right? So we want to focus on that greater life and look at that. So in the attraction class, we talk about that. We define it. I take you through a process to define it. We build vision boards. Right? It's one of your homework assignments to create your vision board. And before you create your vision board, you have to think about what your vision is. You have to think about where you're going. You have to think about your reason, the life that you're building, and all of those things. And you put that together. Okay, so we go through all of that. So the attraction class is much more than giving you some scripts on, what to say when you talk to someone, right? Because before you go do that, you have to understand it. You have to be on fire for your own reason, right? For what you're building and what you're doing. And then you have to understand how being at EXP with this group helps you achieve that. And then you want to put yourself on that path. We're going to put your mask on first, right? You got to put yourself on that path to go do it. And then you're going to go look for the other people that you can bring on that path with you, right? That you can help them get on that path to go do it. And the conversations will change, because when you see it, when you have clarity and you have enthusiasm for it, and that your pilot light is relit, right? For you to be going towards, your head's back up again. You're looking towards your oars are back in the water. You're moving towards that big goal again, and you're passionate about it. There's a light in your eyes when you have a conversation with someone. And if you don't believe in what you're doing, if you're not excited about what you're doing, if you are not going after your own goals and everything else like that, then when you have that conversation with someone, it's not that you don't mean it. It just comes across as inauthentic, right? That enthusiasm, that passion is contagious, right? Just like Cindy. But it's contagious. It is, people see it when you have that discussion with someone and you're talking about it, right? And they see it in your eyes. I call it the when Harry met Sally moment, right? You guys remember when Harry met Sally? There's the famous scene, which actually a part of this scene wasn't even in the script. Okay, it wasn't even in the script, but when she has that scene in the coffee shop, I think it was, or the diner or whatever, and then the woman at the table, she says, I'll have what she's having. Right? Remember that? Okay. That is people, you want people to be looking at your business, your life, your passion, your enthusiasm, and everything else, and be like, man, I want some of that. I want some of that. And the coolest thing, having been in the recruiting side of the business for a really long time, right? I've had over 8,000 one-on-one appointments with agents, one-on-one, talking about their business, talking about where they're trying to go within their life and their business and everything else, and uncovering that. And the absolute bar none best thing about being able to do that for all those years and all of those, it's 8,000 individual humans going through life that I got to talk to. And the coolest thing ever, and what I strove to do in every conversation, it wasn't about getting them to join my company. It was about watching the pilot light go back on, right? There's a sound that it makes. Think about lighting your gas stove. We're still allowed to have those, right? Right? Think about that. Think about the sound that's made, right? So it's like, boom, everything starts clicking again. And watching that happen in someone is the coolest thing you can ever do. And what's great is now at EXP, everybody has the opportunity to do that for other people. And I promise you, at least 90% of the people in the world are going around with their pilot lights out or almost out, right? Their oars in the boat instead of in the water. It is, I'm going to date myself here, but it is time to make the donuts. Remember that commercial? Getting up every day, and it's like the drudgery of the day to day is where people are stuck, right? And when you get them refocused on why they're doing it, what's their reason, then man, that is the coolest thing you can do. Who cares if they join EXP? Who cares if they join under you? That is not the point. Okay, if your focus is on helping other people live great lives, identifying their reason and going after it, if you do that for enough other people, enough of them will want to be in business with you here, that you'll build great opportunity and you will succeed at a high level. It's same thing with working with your clients. If you want to help your community and serve people and help them have great results and everything else, maybe you talk to them and it's not the right time to sell their house. Right? It's not about getting that listing. It's about helping them with their real estate needs. And if you help enough people with their real estate needs, you will help people buy and sell enough real estate to make what you want to make. And then it's the same mindset on this. So that's what we talk about in the attraction class. Okay, we take you through that entire process. We talk about the mindset. We talk about how to do it for yourself. But when you understand how to do it for yourself, then you understand how to help someone else do it. And that's the conversation that you want to have. It is not about commission splits and all that other kind of stuff. Because I can tell you, I had a whole bunch of people change companies where financially, at least an initial net, apples to apples, I was giving them a worse deal than what they had. All right. And I didn't cut them any breaks. I didn't cut any deals. I didn't do whatever. I didn't buy them to come over. Okay. But they were convinced that being in business with me / us was going to help them achieve their goals in life better than where they were right now. Whether it's a financial net effect is better, whether it's a quality of life net effect or any of those things, right? But you have to believe it. And if it's not true for you, you aren't going to be able to make it true for them. Right. And so that's why we go through it in the attraction class. So I encourage you guys and bring your friends. This is, anybody can, this is something we're going to do in our FYR group. I'm going to make it live for our FYR group. Right. So everyone in FYR group is going to be live, live over Zoom. Right. But we'll be doing it like this. We're going to go through it all together. There's going to be all kinds of stuff for you to do that we'll go through the class and you can bring your guests in live to the class. But then we're also going to record it. And then I'm going to put it out there for anybody who's not in the FYR group to also be able to go through it. You can go through it with your groups, take it back to your people and take them through the class. So we're going to be doing that and lighting that up. So I encourage you guys to go through, because if nothing else, it will really define for you your reason. And then it'll help you understand how to have that conversation to help other people. And it'll help you with your, listing appointments and buyer appointments and everything else. Because the conversations are very parallel. So I'm excited to get that to get that going. That'll be January 22nd and 29th, and then February 5th, 12th, and 19th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. I'll send that stuff out, or Kristen will probably send that stuff out to everybody in the group. Let's be honest here. And we'll get that out to everybody. I did want to say, I know he was not able to get on today, but we did want to make the announcement that some of you got to know Roberto and Sheila Cardona. They do business in Florida and in Puerto Rico. And in they briefly came over to get things going, but Puerto Rico was new for us. And so they were in their transition. They do a lot of luxury properties. They did about 1.2 million GCI in this past year. So, the good amount of production done, just the husband and wife team. They have rejoined us. So they went out, they did a little stint with Compass and a little stint with LPT. Grass was not greener. And we've also developed our luxury program to a very high level here at EXP. So we've got a very strong luxury program with the benefits and tools and collaboration that they were looking for. And to be honest, just as they're building their business, the platform that we've got here was more helpful for them. So so they're back to us. I was hoping he's going to be able to jump on, but literally he did his all of his transition last night. So he's like, I got appointments all day. I'm going to try to jump on, but I don't think he's going to be able to get here. He's with clients. So anyway, we're excited to have them back in the group. Those of you that met them before, we were down in Puerto Rico at a mastermind. And we will be doing some more masterminds down in Puerto Rico. We had Gene and Susan Frederick up here at our house. We talked through some of that. Maybe we'll be able to talk them into taking us out on their boat. Largest boat in the Caribbean right now. All right. So those are some of the cool things going on. I did mention also, Benny he is a KV Core. Some of you have talked with Benny Roberts about KV Core. He is a KV Core and systems master, and we're going to be doing some really cool stuff, especially for our fire group. Opportunities for you, opportunities for folks that you bring in. There'll be a turnkey service, getting everything just set up for you. There'll be also a coaching platform, so if you want to take through and do all of that. So really, really cool stuff. Special, very special, extremely reduced pricing for the fire group as well, and an opportunity to offer that to folks outside. But man, I'm so excited about it. We've got some additional websites being created and some other things. So lots more tools for you all, both for your sales business and for agent attraction business coming up this year. Whew, man. All right. So lots for you. I wanted to, as we're starting off the year, I really wanted to focus on, where our head's at and what's going on. We're going to be having some people from the various new platforms that have been launched in EXP coming onto our calls, both to our First Friday calls and to some of our FYR Friday calls, to talk about what those are, how you can use it for your own business for sales, but also how you can share that with others. It may not be an area that you focus on, but from REO to Relo, BPOs, I mean, there's a ton of different things that are out there, but there are a lot of new lead generation platforms. There are some things like the Utility Connect company that does a ton of stuff. It's an opportunity for you, and it is also an income opportunity for you. And then of course we have the mortgage opportunity, as well. So getting licensed as an LOA, funneling your buyers through your link to a full-time loan officer who then serves them and allows you to get paid on the mortgage side of your transactions as well. So if you're closing buy-side transactions, why not pick up an extra $1,000, $1,500 per closing on those through going through that really short process? Not a bad opportunity. All right. Any questions? We're getting down to the top of the time here. Anybody, any thoughts, questions, or anything else for the group today?
Dave, I would just reiterate, the attraction class is well worth it. I know we get really busy and time is limited. And what I've found is with the attraction class, you'll find out how to duplicate your time, not just your money, but your efforts, right? And all of a sudden your business is growing in areas and things are happening, and you don't have to be everything to all people, you'll find other people have other strengths, and it allows your business to develop and become stronger is what happens. So something that I'm a big fan of, duplicating time.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely looking at leverage. I mean, that's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about.
Dave, I missed that last part on what was you saying that opportunity to make $1,000 per settlement?
That's the mortgage piece.
Oh, the mortgage piece. Okay, got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the
Hey, Dave.
Can you hear me?
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so yes, a couple things I want to add too, just to bring people up to speed. So everybody's aware of, there's just some more lead gen opportunities for everybody. Everybody knows we have a commercial division, luxury division, and military division, but we are adding a couple of new things just to put on everybody's radar. One is land, ranch, and farm, which is getting ready to launch now. So that's going to be a big division for us across the country, as well as an entertainment and sports division is getting ready to launch. So as you guys know, we have a lot of celebrities in our company and a lot of retired athletes. So there's a whole network going on with that as well, which will probably tie in pretty closely to luxury if you think about it. But as you start thinking about who you know and what your goals are and how to expand your business, you can start weaving that stuff into your knowing that for your clients. So I wanted to bring that up, put that on everybody's radar as well. And finally, the EXP exclusive listing program. That's I think it's already started. I don't have the details on that, but I will make sure that I get that out to the group by next week so everybody knows what that's all about.
Yeah, that's awesome, Frank. Thank you. Yeah, the exclusives there's an app. There's an app for that, literally. So
Yes.
you download the EXP exclusives, and that is something where EXP, all of those listings, you can do the pre-market listings throughout the company, right? All over the place. And so all of those listings that are going on, everything that's pre-listing, you put that on there and you can go find those. So it's not right now with inventory down. This is a really, really great extra tool for EXP to be able to find things before they go on the market, to give our buyers the first shot at coming soon listings.
It's going to be a huge tool, especially we don't know what direction everything's going in, right, with the buyer agency and everything. So that's really, really big. So I just want to bring that to your attention. And lastly, which I did not know, Dave, I know you know this, and probably most of the people to call, but I did not. Does everybody know that you have a branded phone app that you can send to your clients? I did not know that, but we do have phone apps for you branded to the agent. And I can get the details on that for those who don't know, because I just found that out yesterday. So that was the last thing.
Love it. Yeah, there's
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
They fixed it.
Hey, Dave. Hey, it's awesome about the attraction class. Will there be a sales class in conjunction or on the heels of? I know you mentioned a little bit about that, but I think some of our guys would be interested in the sales part of things too. A big reason they jump in. And the other thing I want to say is we'd love to have you come to Maine. I'd love to be able to call as many people as I can and get them to an event. So if you and Kristen and Gene or whoever wants to come to Maine, I know we've been frothing at the mouth for a while. So
Yeah.
I'd love to make a plan with you and have you come up here and help us get everybody in the same room. We know how that works. So
Yeah, no, awesome, Brett. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You're sitting there wearing your parka though, inviting me to Maine. I don't know if that's a selling feature, but
hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Dave,
For
I
sure.
have a 2-hour sales class, which I'd be happy to run for anybody on a Zoom if they have a team or a bunch of people. I'm happy to offer that if anybody would like that. So just let me know.
Awesome. We're going to do that. We've got there are a couple of sales classes that we announced at our first Friday meeting for the FYR group. So we've got, and I'm going to be doing my leverage class again. So whether you're preparing to build a team, you're structuring your team, you're expanding your team, etc., it goes through all of those components, and it goes through building out. Again, I always start with the concept of what your team foundation is. So that's something that I've been teaching and coaching on for a really long time. So I've written my own class on that called Leverage, and it's going to take you through all of the components of that. So we'll have that on the calendar. I've got another one about building business through your partners. So your partners being all of your service partners, whether it's electricians and et cetera, right? Landscapers and mortgage and all of that, right? So structuring out your entire business and a whole system on how to expand your business, get more listings, get more buyers, and referrals and that kind of stuff through building a very large partner program and how to do that. So we've got several sales classes that are going on system, and then we'll be doing the lead generation class using KV Core and a couple of others. So we've got a bunch, definitely, Brett, that we'll be putting on. We're excited to get the calendar super robust. And by the way, we got a lot of ballers on here, Brett, yourself included. So we have some people that have a lot of experience and have taught a lot of classes and have a lot to share. So if you have a class that you like to teach, right, please let Kristen and I know, because we want to get you on the calendar. This is not the Dave Conord group. This is the Fund Your Reason group, right? And so this is a group of leaders that are here. This is the FYR Partners community, and a community works when everyone contributes. So when you've got stuff to contribute, I mean, no, like Bryce and Julie, like, hey, they were newer agents coming on board and they jumped in and said, yeah, let us contribute, let us share what we've gone through, in our first year and all that kind of stuff like that. So, that's what we're talking about. You don't have to be a top producer. You've got experience in something that you've learned along the way and things that you want to share. We want to get you on the calendar, and let's pump that out there to everyone. The group is growing, and this is something where guests are always invited to bring your guests in. They can see the power of the community, the power of the EXP platform, how we can teach and share and grow together on this platform where it's, hey, it's not just the talents of the people that are right in your local market. Like, hey, I've got 50 people, 100 people, 25 people in my local office, and that's the only people we ever get to learn from. We've got an international community of people, skills, talents, experiences to bring to the table. So let's use this platform. So guys, let us know. You have some stuff you want to teach, even if you go, hey, you know what? I don't have a class that I have taught, but I would love to put one together on this. Awesome. It can be 30 minutes. It can be 60 minutes. You can do a series, whatever. We'll work with you on that. And we'd love to highlight you and get you out there. We can share it out into like family tree and social media and fill it up, get you a nice group of people, attending your class. So, and some of you have aspirations of doing more of that, being public speakers, getting out on stage. Well, here's where you hone your skills and practice your material to give you something you can go talk about to get up on stage. And fortunately, we got the people in here that can help you get on stage, right? We have a few connections and ways that we can help you out. So lots of good stuff, guys, lots of good stuff, but this is your community. So, get plugged in, stay engaged. So glad you guys are here. I'm excited. This year ahead is going to be amazing. There's lots of really cool stuff to do. So again, if you have things that you want to contribute into the group, you don't have to ask permission. This is your group. But if you want help and structure and getting things on the calendar and getting things put out to the group and all that other kind of stuff like that, we can help you with it. So we can coordinate on that and make sure that things are spaced appropriately so that we get maximum attendance. But you do not have to ask permission to contribute, right? This is your group. This is your group. So let's have some fun. Let's make some great things happen. Guys, get ready. This is when you're paddling, right? Agents are moving. Agents are looking for opportunity. When there's uncertainty, people start to look around. They want to go. There's a flight to safety. All right. And so what they're looking for is where's the best place for me to be most likely to succeed? And we have the platform and the community to help people succeed at a high level. This is the place. So all you need to do is spread the word because they're looking right now. So let them know. And then for yourself, take advantage of it, right? Take advantage of it for yourself because nothing's more attractive than having your business on fire, right? All right, guys. Well, awesome. Thanks again for being here. This is going to be a great year. I'm pumped up. Let's get going. Let us know what we can do to support you. Guys, use the group. Make sure you're engaged in workplace. Lots of communication there. Track all the cool stuff going on with EXP because there's a lot of great stuff. And at 11 o'clock Eastern today, the big agent meeting, right? Our buddy Russ is going to be leading that. And he's going to be interviewing Glenn Sanford, Leo Pareja, and Michael Valdez, and they're going to be talking about a lot of the cool stuff that's happening at EXP. So you want to jump on there, you can jump into EXP World, which is probably the most fun way to go in there, to your avatar and go into the auditorium and hang out, and you can see everyone chatting and all the hearts going up in the chat box and all the different responses and everything else, and you kind of feel like you're there with them. But you can also do it through the EXP YouTube channel. And if for some reason you're booked at 11 o'clock, you can go back and watch it on the YouTube channel, but live is always more fun. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Have an awesome weekend. Happy New Year. Let's go tear the roof off this thing. All right.
Is that in the main auditorium?
Main auditorium. You got it.
Thanks.
You got it. All right. See you
Great
guys.
seeing everybody.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.